Hello everyone. This is Reading History number 9. Today I'd like to begin with this leaflet that was inserted into Uncle Ernest's diary. It's entitled Starting Him in Business, and it's an advertisement for Grit. Now, I remember Grit ads always being in the Archie comic books that I used to read as a kid. And with that being many decades later, I wanted to see if this could possibly be the same company. And I can answer that yes, it is. Looking into this further, I've discovered that Grit was a rural American newspaper, founded by a German immigrant named Dietrich Lamod in 1885. They called themselves America's greatest family newspaper, and they actually still exist today, both online and in published form. Their popularity was largely amongst the rural inhabitants of the United States, and they were also popular just due to the fact that they were not a real newspaper. It was Lamod's practice never to include any news that would depress or stress his readers. And in 1891, he came upon the idea of having newsboys sell Grit directly to the public, and that expanded it into small towns all across America. Now, since much of our reading material was often from the United States, it's no surprise that Ernest would have this advertisement for Grit. I remember when I would look into this as a kid and I saw the opportunity that I could make money, but then realized that I had to be a U.S. resident. And I'm sure Ernest may have discovered the same thing. In 1902, if he had have sold this paper, he would have made 2 cents per paper, which amounts to $52 per the year, as the ad boasts. And so now I will begin with Thursday, September the 4th, 1902. We have been ditching in Mr. John McGowan's for the past 4 days and finished today. It was cleaning out an A-word drain that was dug 8 years ago. We hope to finish drawing in our last grain on Saturday, but it rained this afternoon, and I do not know if the grain will be dry. Wednesday, September the 10th. We finished our harvest on Monday the 8th instead. We had about 12 or 13 loads of oats. Several of the neighbors have threshed. Mr. Moody expects to fill his silo next week. Wednesday, October the 1st. October commenced wet and cold. We have not done any plowing yet, and very few of the neighbors have much done either. Yesterday we finished digging our potatoes. The crop was poor, and we just had about 3 cartloads. Thursday, October the 2nd. Today was fine, though cool. We pulled our turnips and beets today, and from 3 rows across the front field next Mr. Moody's, we had 2 loads. Friday, October the 3rd. We took in a load of cheese this morning, and Pa and I had to unload it ourselves. Mr. Allen sold the cheese for 11 cents. Mr. T.A. Moody had a sale today of livestock. The sale was fairly largely attended, and some of the stock went pretty high. Saturday, October the 4th. We had our silo plastered today on the outside. Bill Labon did it, but did not quite finish it. His fee is $2 per day. Tuesday, October the 7th. We put our cows in for the first time this season on Sunday night. We bought a Perrin sulky plower yesterday, and I worked it most of the time today as Pa went to town. Wednesday, October the 8th. I plowed today with the sulky plow. I like plowing very well if there's not too many stones. Pa worked at putting a roof in the silo. Today was cold, so that I wore my mitts. We kept our cows in tonight for the 2nd time this fall. Thursday, October the 9th. I plowed in the front field next Mr. Moody's. The plow worked better there as there were less stones. This afternoon Pa and Ma went to town. This evening we boys killed a partridge under the barn. Friday, October the 10th. I plowed very near an acre this afternoon. Pa worked at putting a roof on the silo. The cheese was sold for a little better than 11 cents today. Saturday, October the 10th. The other boys went down to Uncle Alfred's today. I plowed with the sulky plow in the front field. Pa considers that I have plowed about 6 or 7 acres this week. Pa about finished the roof on the silo today. Monday, October the 13th. We started to plow back in the swamp today. About another day or 2 we'll finish the plowing there. This forenoon was wet, but the sky cleared before night. Tuesday, October the 14th. We did not do a great deal of plowing, but took down part of the scaffolding around the silo. Pa's working on the passage between it and the byre tomorrow. Friday, October the 17th. Yesterday was Thanksgiving Day, and in the afternoon we went down to Uncle Johnny James. Today we finished plowing back in the swamp today. This forenoon I picked 4 loads of stone and put them where we intend to build our gangway in the other barn. We gave our cows their first feed of ensilage tonight. Katie Allen is staying here tonight. Saturday, October the 18th. We finished about all the plowing we intend to do at home for the present. This afternoon it rained a good deal, so we could not plow much. We tied up our foal for the first time today. Monday, October the 20th. We commenced plowing on the other place today. I picked stones back in the swamp on the other place today. Tuesday, October 21st. Today was Alice's 14th birthday. Pa started plowing back in the swamp on the other place today. I picked stones. Wednesday, October 22nd. Alec was 10 years old today. I plowed back in the swamp. Pa went to Mr. Hogan's today. Miss Annie Gow is here and staying for a few days. Thursday, October the 23rd. I plowed in the swamp today. This evening, Pa and Ma and Miss Gow went up to Mr. James Allen's. Friday, October the 24th. Today was Russell Moody's birthday. Pa went to Will Ferrier's threshing today, and I plowed. This afternoon it rained. Saturday, October 25th. We did a little threshing this evening with Jim Wilson and Rob Allen's mill. Monday, October 27th. We threshed today and have more grain in the granary than was ever in it before. This year was just the second time that we have had a straw stack since we built the barn. Pa was estimating the oats at 500 bushels. Mr. Johnny Allen had his sale today, but it was over before Pa arrived. Tuesday, October the 28th. Mr. Moody next to us threshed today. I plowed today in the swamp. Wednesday, October 29th. There was snow on the ground this morning. I was 15 years old today. We started to plow with 2 teams. Thursday, October the 30th. We plowed with 2 teams today in the swamp. This afternoon it rained a good deal. Saturday, November the 1st. Mr. Hosey's threshed the remainder of their grain yesterday and today. I plowed back in the swamp today. Tuesday, November the 4th. We plowed back in the swamp today. Mr. Brash has the job of moving the school wood and fence from the old site down to the new one and is working at it now. Wednesday, November the 5th. We finished plowing back in the swamp today. We are having very fine weather, and there has only been frost about once in November. Thursday, November the 6th. Pa and I plowed this forenoon, and this afternoon Mr. E. Armours were over, and so we did not plow. We boys had a good time playing games and romping about. Friday, November the 7th. Today, Mr. R.U. sued the cheese factory for his pay for drawing his milk, and after some deliberation, the case was decided in favor of Mr. U.'s. Pa was in and did not get home until about 4 o'clock. I plowed, and the other boys picked 10 cartloads of stone. Saturday, November the 8th. There was hard frost this morning, and the plow had some trouble in starting. We started sending over our milk to the creamery today. Johnny Ferrier is drawing it. Monday, November the 10th. I plowed today over in the field next Alex Abercrombie's beside the barn. This forenoon, Pa and Mr. Moody killed a pig. The biggest Pa says that he has killed for some years. This afternoon he went to Mr. John McGowan's threshing. So I will finish there for today. As always, thank you for listening to Reading History with Great Uncle Ernest.